Welcome to the Divi Spaces. Hey boys, hey Rob. I've added Rob as well. Sorry I had to start a new one because the other one wasn't starting for some reason. So I had to reset this one up. Please do share it around so others can see too.
There we go. Jesus.
You are recording though, right?
Can you guys hear me? I'm wearing the headphones that make it.
Yep.
Sometimes you can't hear me. But okay, good. I will.
Yeah, but you are recording, right?
Yes.
I see it. Yeah, I see it recorded.
Okay, just making sure.
I had to reset everything. I don't know, it happened last time as well, which is how I lost the recording. But we're good now. Just gonna share it with others as well.
Yeah, we got a few people here in the channel. If you want to go ahead and retweet it, that would be fantastic. Retweet it. That was hard to say. Reshare it. Post it everywhere.
Re-exit.
Re-exit. Nah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I'm exiting right now.
Yeah. I have given Mike access. Oh yeah, Mike's in now. Hey Mike.
Or not.
Yeah, he's re-exited. I think it's
There
fine.
he is.
I guess.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, brother.
It's going great.
Good. Yeah, let's give a couple of minutes just because we had to reset it. I think I speak to you, Rob, and voice more than I speak to my parents now.
We need to start scolding you then?
Yeah.
Start giving you crud. When are you getting
Clean
married?
your room.
Oh, no. When are you getting married?
Yeah, that I get all the time. I'm like, oh.
Getting married.
As Renuk has left the show.
I told you to become a doctor. I told you to become a doctor. That's another one.
Funnily enough, that is actually true. Like, I even studied biology.
Yeah, I know it's true because you got to remember my wife is, her family was very, she didn't become a doctor or a lawyer.
Yeah, I was like, nope, not for me. I think
That's okay. Rob is our doctor.
Yeah.
Dr. Rob. He hates that. Dr. Rob.
You will never see me put the doctor in front of my name.
Just don't ask him to operate on you and you'll be fine.
Well, I think we've got a few people come join us now. You can hear me fine, right? Sorry about my sore throat. Still not good. Bit croaky.
That's
okay.
Your sound, your whatever you're using lately, although doesn't have this booming response. We're not getting the background stuff. So whatever you've changed there, maybe you stop going to raves when you're calling.
Yeah, he's not the bar.
Yeah, that's possibly it.
I've been uninvited from the bar.
Exactly. Come out and dance. I'm on a Twitter Spaces.
They're like, are you dancing or talking about Divi? Right, I think let's kick things off. We've got a few people who already joined us. I think the others will trickle in. All right, perfect. I'll start with 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Divi Spaces on a lovely Friday. As usual, you got the Divi crew here, the voice, Rob, and myself, Renuk. Thanks for taking the time out of your busy days, mornings, and evenings to join us, and hopefully we'll talk through lots of things. And again, as usual, ask away any questions you have. For those who are new to Divi, where have you been? I'm joking. Thanks for coming to listen to us. And so Divi started back in 2017. The Divi project now has been going for near 6 years. You can find out more about us on diviproject.org. We are all about making crypto easy and accessible for everyone, everywhere. So do go have a look if you are new to us. And for the others, thanks again for joining us. So without further ado, let's start with you boys. You got some updates for us on Divi 3.0 and everything else?
Yeah, I've got some updates on Divi 3.0. We're still moving forward, where I might say that the majority of all of our community members, that is the coin owners in the community, have absolutely converted over, updated, upgraded, adopted, if we want to say, the 3.0 engine. And they're storing their coins in wallets with that 3.0. The majority of the validators, that is, it's a huge number. They've upgraded and migrated, adopted the 3.0. And we can see that. We were just talking about it just about an hour ago. The hashing power and the difficulty of Divi's blockchain. Of course, it changes per block, just depending upon who's running their validators, what has recently mined a block. And we do have the coin age protocol as part of our fairness algorithm. But you'll see that as time has been going on since August, we've doubled, if not tripled, our difficulty at times. And so that's a testimony to the adoption by the community. That is reflected in the validator nodes that have migrated from being passive master nodes to a proof of work hybrid proof of stake validator node mining the blocks. And you can see that. You can see that in other features and functions in the blockchain as far as state of finality, and that's kind of a funny word, but it's having to do with immutability of those blocks and orphans and those kinds of things. The entire blockchain moving forward has shown a much more robust stability, and that's amazing, because that's exactly what Random String was building in for us, was this immense robustness in the blockchain itself. There are still some laggards, right? I mean, there's a few people there's more than a few people. There's more than a few people still unaware, still not participating, still surprised about the changes. So if you know someone who is in the Divi community and maybe they are too busy, maybe they are just not aware to read the blogs, follow the blogs. You know, life gets in the way sometimes, but there's a good amount of masternodes that are still configured and enabled on their desktops, whether they're manual or they're Mochi, they're still sitting there. You are sovereignly in control of your desktop. So while Crypto Made Easy is part of the process of deploying the masternode, some of the things that you do when you deploy a masternode, if you weren't doing it the easy way, requires creating configurations and files and all sorts of things to make sure that you've proved your allocation. And that is managed by you with clicking in the Crypto Made Easy process, as opposed to becoming a nerd. And there's a good amount of people who have not updated, upgraded, and they may have an updated desktop, but they haven't migrated or changed over their masternode or started a solo desktop staking node. And I think they're just unaware as of yet. So I'm going to be sending out some emails. So if you know some people who receive these emails, they're going to come from our portal. That's the support portal. And it's good when people receive emails that they ask questions. It's good if you're wanting to help them. Those emails will come from support, and it will be diviproject.zendesk.com, right? So you can see that email and domain can be proved. And more importantly, probably if they receive an email and they're concerned, they always should be diligent. And if they want, and I would probably prefer that, they can simply go to support.diviproject.org, create a ticket, create an account, and when they get that email, we'll merge everything together so they know that they're in the trusted place for information. So if people get emails, just tell them to send a message into support.diviproject.org. Tell them to create an account there. We will merge both that email they received and their new ticket together, and we will absolutely take care of them. For those of you who are sharing, folks, there is a condensed article I wrote on the support.diviproject.org website, and it's called Migration Masternodes to Vaults. It takes pretty much almost last year, but it really focuses on the last 4 to 5 months of actionables. Some people who are not aware might be and want to condense sort of the Cliff Notes version to go ahead and read that article. I've linked all the articles. Some of those articles I've participated with Rob. Some of them Rob has written. Some of them Neegs has written. Some of them Ranuk has written. They're all on the Divi Foundation or DiviProject.org website. That's part of the open source blockchain. All of that information is there. It's quite technical, so I kind of condense it out. So make sure you do share the support website with people. There's lots of tutorial helps in that. The one thing that I will let you know for those of you who are using the mobile wallet, since it no longer has the masternode feature, when you tap earn, it's going to take you right into vaults. Meaning, so when you tap your earn button, it's just going to drop you there to deploy a vault, or add funds to the vault or withdraw from the vault. The other thing is the lottery ticket function is existing in the mobile wallet. It's not displayed as you would have had it displayed before, because what was displayed before was, although it was accurate, it was also inaccurate. There are going to be some changes to how the lottery ticket is displayed in the wallet, though we can all technically say that every mined block is a potential contestant for the lottery, and every mined block will produce a lottery ticket, but you know immediately whether or not you are participating in the lottery the minute you mine the block. And that kind of gives the new display as it comes in the future will display it a little bit differently. If you follow Divi Watch, you'll notice how although Divi Watch is kind of offline, I think there's some trouble there, but it was showing you how the lottery tickets would be added to the lottery algorithm as far as the contestants, and then they would be dropped. And I think there's some ideas on how to display that in the future mobile wallet. So you are still getting tickets. You will still see them. You'll see them as your stakes. They have the little ticket icon on them. So anyway, if you have questions, you can always ask me in Discord. I'll help you out. But yes, everybody participates in the lottery with vaults. Hands down, no question. That's one of the benefits of using vaults is the lottery participation. All right, that's all I have.
It's wonderful. Thank you, guys. Does anybody have any questions? Do put your hands up and I'll let you speak and ask your questions. While we do that, Rob, I think you're making tea for all of us by the sounds of it.
Really? I haven't been trying to make noise. But one thing I can add while we're waiting for anybody to have questions is one of the features we've talked about in the past in Divi 3.0 is the availability of two new features that are really not available on other chains that I kind of like, and that's subscriptions and the ability to have escrow accounts, which I have not had a chance to write articles for, but they're incoming. So the cool part about them is it really allows parties to use the blockchain to have a trustless way to hold funds. Like instead of having a person that can steal your funds, you can use the blockchain for this. We do use this for a similar thing in trust, like when there's bridges and so forth, you're trusting that bridge and the owners of that bridge. But in vaults and in subscriptions, you don't trust an owner. You're actually just trusting the blockchain itself to hold your funds and the two parties involved to release them either back or forwards, either in metered amounts as in the subscription, or in whole, like as an escrow. They're very similar in that in their functionality. I'm looking forward to writing those articles so that we can maybe get some tools made around that. One of the few blockchains. I don't know of another blockchain that has subscriptions built like this.
There isn't.
Yeah,
I will put my neck in the noose. There isn't one.
Yeah, and so I'm kind of looking forward to getting that article out there so we can start playing around with it. I just haven't had a chance yet, so hopefully in the next week or two that will be there. That's what I wanted to just get in there. I think Mike wanted to regale us with some information that I don't have, and I don't think Boyce does either. Is he there?
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mike, would love to hear from you and see what you got to share with us.
Yeah, sure. So just from the community member standpoint, I'll just give some rough overview over a couple things that are not necessarily Divi Labs related. The first, even if you don't like it, Divi Doge, just to give everyone an update on that. I know it's not for everyone, but it looks like around the end of the month, that's as far as I can wager, maybe beginning of next month, that's when the staking and leashing's likely to go live there. So really it's just the smart contracts are done, and it's just the UI needs to be updated, and then the minting ability added there. Further, for anybody that's not aware, there is supposed to be a market maker coming online shortly after, so that'll boost volume. So, good things will happen for Divi Doge in the next month or so. Moving over to something that affects Divi in a pretty large way, and that is the DeFi. So Josh will be on next week, most likely, to give a full breakdown of what's coming, but I'll let everyone know kind of what's happening. So we know that the cross-chain staking was added about 2 months ago, and the rollout was not great. That's just the truth of it. There were some UI issues that a lot of people had. With that said, it's been pretty much rectified. I since the last updates this week, I haven't seen anybody that hasn't been able to access it on mobile MetaMask, so they can see all their staking rewards. So that looks like it's largely fixed. On the 27th, which is 5 days from now, it's going to transition to an improved version of our Divi DeFi cross-chain staking. And what it's going to be is an airdrop mechanic that allows the eDivi rewards to be dropped right into the wallet that you hold your LP tokens in. All right, so that's pretty big. Anybody that's played around with DeFi, and if you haven't, I'll let you know that I played around on many chains with many different platforms, and 100% of the time, if you want an additional yield farm, you got to go into a smart contract with your LP tokens. So that is a big part of the reason why these DeFi platforms have popped up on so many other EVMs, is because it got so expensive on Ethereum going in and out of liquidity pools and these smart contracts that people started wanting to go to other chains where the fees were much cheaper. The drawback of that is, of course, that most of the money is on Ethereum. So that's why Divi's sticking with Ethereum. But right now, if you guys have gone into a liquidity pool and gone into the smart contract, you're racking up over $100 of fees just in that process. So if we can take out the part where you have to go into the actual smart contract, over the course of the next couple of years leading up to the bull run, that will save everybody thousands and thousands of dollars. Really, that's how much these fees will rack up to. So, which means that you can keep more of your Divi, and so that everybody makes more money. That's basically what it means. The process generally is how people use these yield farms is you take usually 50%. All right, that's the Uniswap method. 50% of one token, 50% of the other token, you add them to the LP token, all right? And now that's the only part you got to do, and you'll receive your fees. But usually then you got to take those LP tokens, put it into the smart contract, and then you'll receive the rewards, all right, which in this case is eDivi, and then you would have to pay another fee to claim them, and then you have to pay another fee to split that token up into 50% of the other token again, so you can add it back into the LP token so you can get your compound interest, essentially. All right, but now you'll just get airdrop the tokens, and then you can just split it up, and you're avoiding half the fees. So it was already innovative enough with what we had with the cross-chain staking, utilizing our staking vaults, and now we're adding another element where you don't have to, do half the process. So it's going to be pretty awesome, and it's going to be really awesome whenever DeFi kicks off again, which we get into DeFi summer, and we know that we still have the growth hacking. All right, because Nick confirmed it when I brought it up. So we'll actually have something to market properly whenever that time comes. So that's all I had.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's really exciting that we're doing something completely different and new. And ultimately it's about the community and how much you guys can win out of that. So that's great. Thank you so much, Mike. Any questions on any of that? And, like you mentioned, we'll also bring in Josh over the coming weeks as well to talk more about it. Any thoughts, Rob, boys? Anything to add?
No, I think we can wrap that up today unless we have any questions. Other than that, I think that's our update.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't seem to have any questions. Brilliant. Short and sweet. Yeah, really good stuff. Thanks, everyone, and keep pushing hard. We'll get there.
Bye-bye now.
Have a good weekend. See you
Okay,
next week.
bye, guys.